Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. For today's topic, I wanted to take a crack at one of the biggest questions left in Avengers Infinity War. That being, why didn't Doctor Strange just reveal to the rest of the team, including Iron Man and the Guardians of the Galaxy, the outcome that they won? For a brief refresher, in Infinity War on the planet of Titan, Doctor Strange uses the Time Stone, one of the few times the Time Stone is actually used within the film. Here, he uses it to look into the future and sees over 6 million possibilities on the coming conflict with Thanos. What's crazy about this though is that he only reveals a single time that the Avengers defeat the Mad Titan, revealing that in every other scenario the Avengers lose, and Thanos gathers all of the Infinity Stones and the change is permanent supposedly. Earlier in the film, Doctor Strange and Tony Stark are anything but fast friends. Doctor Strange even tells Tony Stark that if it comes between sacrificing the Time Stone and his life, he will not hesitate to sacrifice Tony. However, at the end of the film, just as this comes to fruition and Tony Stark is about to be killed, Doctor Strange intervenes. In a shocking twist, Doctor Strange actually does give up the Time Stone to Thanos in order to save Tony Stark's life, explaining just following being dusted himself following the snap that it was the only way, thus revealing to the audience that Tony Stark will be crucial in undoing this snap and defeating Thanos in Avengers Endgame. But this still poses the huge question, why didn't Doctor Strange just tell Tony Stark the outcome in which they won? For today's video, I hope to answer that question. Real quick guys, I do want to remind you that the Infinity Gauntlet giveaway is still going on. To enter, all you have to do is like the video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and let me know below who you think the most powerful Marvel character is. But back to the topic at hand. If Doctor Strange actually did see the outcome in which the Avengers defeat Thanos, wouldn't it be most advantageous for him to share it with the group? Well, actually, it might not be. According to the Russo brothers, there is a very simple explanation for this, simply that Doctor Strange didn't have enough time, and that he was too busy preparing for the conflict with Thanos to explain the outcome in which they won. However, I don't buy this at all. The timeline in which Doctor Strange gives up the Time Stone is the timeline that Tony Stark will defeat Thanos, but everything has to play out perfectly, including the fight with Thanos on Titan itself. The Avengers are living the timeline in which they defeat Thanos, and again, the only timeline in which they defeat Thanos. But in order for this timeline to prevail, the battle on Titan has to happen, and half of all life in the universe needs to be snapped away. If another scenario happened among the 6 million, they may only have been able to delay Thanos' ultimate plan, not stop it indefinitely. For whatever reason, this battle on Titan needs to happen, and Tony Stark probably needs to experience the loss of the other Avengers in order to beat Thanos. When talking about the certain decisions that characters make over the events of Infinity War, this is what the Russos said. My hope is the conversation you and I will have a year from now, you'll have a sense of the choices we've made over the course of the entire year of Marvel movies. There's a relationship between them all. I actually posed the greater theory that it was necessary for Tony Stark to fight Thanos for him to ultimately defeat him. We know that one of the major advantages that Tony Stark has is he adapts after his losses. For those of you that didn't catch my video on the Mark 50, Tony Stark actually prepared for heroes like Ant-Man and Vision. He made it so his new Iron Man armor, the Mark 50, was impenetrable, and so that small heroes such as Ant-Man or heroes that can phase could never make it through his armor. Tony Stark is constantly improving, and I believe he had to battle the Infinity Stones first in order to learn and devise a plan how to defeat them. The huge advantage that Doctor Strange has over Thanos is he knows the exact sequence of events that things need to happen for the Avengers to eventually prevail. That likely included him not sharing the grand plan with Tony Stark, as again, the battle on Titan needed to happen. And for some unforeseen reason, even if Tony Stark and the rest of the team knows how they defeat Thanos, they lose anyway. But that is the most basic plot explanation as to why Doctor Strange did not reveal the way they defeat Thanos to the rest of the Avengers. And I believe this is the true explanation for this question. But as always, I would love to hear what you guys have to think about this below. Is this the real answer to the question? And why do you guys personally think Doctor Strange did not reveal the plan to the rest of the Avengers present? And how do you think this story ultimately concludes in Endgame? Again guys, don't forget to enter the Gauntlet giveaway, subscribe to join our team, and have a great day.